Have you ever played FNAF 2? If not, I'd recommend you give it a try. But either way, you probably know the toy animatronics. You got Toy Bonnie, Toy Freddy, Toy Chica, and there's Mangle. And there's also the Wizards, but we're not here to talk about them. If you click this video, you know what you're here for, and I'm here to solve it. In case you missed the title, I'm going to be talking about Mangle. Now, who is Mangle? Mangle is a failed mixed match animatronic attraction in FNAF 2, which takes place before the events of FNAF 1. But damn, those kids must be strong as hell, bro, because how do they manage to take apart metal limbs and put it back together? I don't know. That's another video for another day, but that's not why I'm here. Neither are you. So today we're going to be solving one of the FNAF community's most infamous questions. What is the actual gender of Mangle? Is it a male or a female? Or maybe it's something else entirely. But today we are going to find out for ourselves. The FNAF Movie 2 came out on December 5th of 2025. And if you're a returning viewer, you know that I made a video about the film and how I fixed it. But that video has reminded me of something so significant, yet insignificant at the same time. The character Mangle. What is the Mangle's gender? Now, before we start this investigation of ours, I want you to put in the comments your guesses and put the timestamp. And then later in the video when we figure it out, I want you to check if you got it right. Speaking of community engagement, I just want to go ahead and say thank you for everyone and your support. Thank you so much for 201 subscribers. It means so much to me that I can connect with others who have the same interests. I love telling you about things that I like to other people who feel the same. And so without further delay, let's figure this out. Now, if you were around back in 2014, I can only assume you've played or watched YouTubers play this game before. But either way, you noticed something different about a certain character or two. I already talked about why Bonnie was blue in this game in my last video. But let's focus on the main attraction. Literally, that's actually why it looks like that. Sky introduced a new Foxy called Mangle, but this time Foxy looked like he was gender swapped. So it looks obvious what gender Mangle actually is. And let's take a look at the evidence as to why Mangle is a female. In the FNAF 2 gameplay, if we open the cameras, click on cam 11, this is where we see the prize corner, where we wind up the music box to keep the puppet from getting to our office. This also so happens to be where we see a pizzeria poster featuring all the toy animatronics. Toy Bonnie says rock, Toy Chica says eat, big bag, Toy Freddy says party, the real big bag, and what I assume to be Toy Foxy says play. This is who I'm focusing on. Right here, we can see that she has feminine features. You know, the lipstick, the pink accent, the lashes, and it all points to the final conclusion of her being a female. Thus, gives us our answer. If only it were that simple, right? Well, there's one part that I left out. The Mangle is so messed up. The kids who partook in this attraction, as we see in the FNAF 2 movie based on the dialogue and poster, managed to get a second head from out of nowhere and place it onto the messed up Toy Foxy animatronic. So now that we figured out Toy Foxy's gender, we now have to solve who this mysterious head is and where it came from. Based on what I, or we, depending on if you ever played it, know about the game, there is a certain room. If you go on to cam 8, you see the parts and service room where the Wizards are stored. The reason I'm bringing this up is because this is the start of the spare parts theory. You see, this is the possible origin of the spare head. But if that's the case, who is this spare head? Who is this mysterious animatronic? Well, stay tuned because we're about to find out. It actually starts with Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, also known as FNAF 5. I know. That sounds crazy, but hear me out. Now, if you're not that caught up in FNAF lore, it's okay, I got you, bro. So, in the 2016 game, Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, which is the most hated game in the franchise that not even the biggest FNAF theorist likes it, although I don't know that for sure, has a new set of animatronics. Now, these animatronics are called the Funtimes. Yeah, safe to say there's nothing fun about that. Anyways, the toy animatronics are basically the prototype stages of the Funtime animatronics, which is, I can only assume, is the reason why they both feature shiny attributes to their design, and is most likely the reason that Toy Foxy and Funtime Foxy look so similar. I mean, just see for yourself. We have the white color, the prominent pink accents, the lips, even down to the yellow eyes. This could only mean one thing. This spearhead could possibly be a prototype to Funtime Foxy, or just another Toy Foxy head. But I wonder why the head doesn't have any ears. The endoskeletons in FNAF 2, also known as Endo 02, had sets of ears unlike the Endo 01 skeletons, which also seem to feature no ears, even though in the FNAF 1 trailer, Freddy's ears seem to be moving, along with Bonnie's too. Now, I'm not saying this head is an Endo 01 head, but it is very interesting to me that no ears are found on this second spare head. But nonetheless, we have figured out the second head dilemma. But this theory actually sparks a new problem. Let me explain. You see, we now need to talk about Funtime Foxy. Now you might be thinking,
what is this dumbnut talking about?
first of all, each lollipop, you big bat. Second of all, it actually revolves around Funtime Foxy's gender too. You see, Funtime Foxy is not the same gender as Toy Foxy. I know, you now just figured out you've been simping for a dude. But listen, in order for this to make sense, we have to go forward in the video game timeline of the FNAF franchise, specifically involving FNAF 7, also known as Ultimate Custom Night. Basically, this game has nearly every animatronic from the past 6 games, and one of these sets of animatronics just so happened to be the Funtimes. Now, while we don't have Funtime Freddy, we do have Baby, Ballora, and Funtime Fox. I actually never knew why Baby and Ballora didn't follow the Funtime naming convention, so let me know in the comments if you have any information on that. But back to this animatronic. Now, when you select Funtime Foxy, start the game, and proceed to get jump scared, we hear a voice line of this fox. Just take a listen.
It seems you couldn't make it to my show, so I brought the show to you. Show times are on the hour, not a moment before and not a moment later. It's time to take your final bow. I'm sorry, but there was never enough room on this stage for both of us. A performance was demanded of me, and now I have delivered. Encore!
You hear that? That literally confirms bro's gender. He's a femboy. He's like RuPaul's persona. So I guess dog is a little zesty. Who isn't? I'm playing. Chill, bro, chill. And to add more confusion on top of that, Funtime Foxy also shows up in the Ladies Night Challenge in this game. So I guess Funtime Foxy finally got his dream of being the queen. No, stop saying slay. So if he's the male, what does that make Toy Foxy, aka Mangle? Now, while Scott never made an official confirming statement, he did answer the question. Well, I guess it was a confirming statement. But let me just show you what I mean by not confirming. If you go back all the way to September 17th of 2015, you'll find the answer. You see, Steam has community forums similar to Reddit, I believe. So someone by the name Super Stu posted a question basically asking what is the lore canonical gender of Mangle and how it really has no importance to the overall story. But I kid you not, this is what he had to say. All right, let's read this together, shall we? Okay, people have been asking me about Mangle's gender for almost a year now, and I think it's time that I finally answer the burning question about whether Mangle is a boy or a girl, so that this community can finally put the matter behind them. The answer is yes. So yeah, that didn't really help at all, or did it? Now, whether or not this is a joke, this actually gives us an advantage to finally declare the true gender of Mangle. So now, we have to truly understand the gender of Toy Fox. Based on everything we talked about, the poster, the feminine style, the pink bow, everything is pointing to one thing and one thing only. This must mean Toy Foxy is a girl. You might be saying,
but what about Funtime Foxy? He shows signs to be a female. He was actually a male. Why isn't that the case now?
well, it's because we have proof of him being a male. With Toy Foxy, all we have to go off of is static noises and physical features. So we kind of just have to go ahead and infer that she is indeed a girl. Now, regarding the second head, as important as knowing what gender this endo head is, I think it's just a spare head for Toy Fox. So maybe it's a female too. So that solves this fiasco, right? Mangle is a girl. Well, actually, no. Not quite. Alright, let me give you an example. A girl is walking with another girl. You're also walking down the street. You want to go talk to those people. In your head, you wouldn't refer to them as a her, would you? You would refer to those people as them. You see, when it comes to 2 or more people, no matter what their gender is, we always classify them as them and they. So they, them. That's just how groups and duos or trios work. So now that we officially have gone over all of the evidence towards the identity of this animatronic hybrid, we now have a final answer. So ask the question, what is the true gender of Mangle? Mangle's true gender is a they, them. But the individual animatronics themselves are both female, or at least the Endo 2 head is meant to be one. So there goes the answer for you. That only took 11 years, am I right? Yeah, that didn't really hit, did it? I know, that was a terrible joke. That wasn't even a joke, it was... Bro threw in a fun fact. So that's gonna do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. It means the world to me that you even made it this far. Again, still going for that 1,000 sub goal, but am very grateful to have even reached past 200 subscribers. But you know what matters to me more than subscribers? What matters to me more is that you actually watch and like my videos. Subscribing is just a confirmation that you truly enjoy my content. So hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, or weekend. So subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you guys next time.